So let's get right into it. Have you ever been scrolling and you see a video from someone like Veritasium or Minute Physics, and you just have to wonder, how do they take these insanely complicated topics and make them go viral? We're talking millions of views. Well, I'm going to let you in on a secret. It's not magic, not at all. It's a script. There is a hidden framework they use that turns dry subjects into stories you just can't stop watching. And today, we are going to pull back the curtain and break that script down piece by piece. You know that feeling, don't you? You are so passionate about something, could be anything, and you finally try to explain it to someone, and you just watch their eyes glaze over. You get that blank stare. It is absolutely soul-crushing. But here's the thing. What if the problem isn't what you're explaining, but how you're explaining it? Okay, so here's the biggest mistake, the one almost all of us make. We think that just laying out the facts is enough, right? We present the information logically, step by step, and we assume that'll do the trick. But our brains, they just aren't wired for a data dump. They're hardwired for one thing: stories. I mean, just look at the difference here. On one side, you have what most of us do. We present facts, and we just kind of hope people are interested. But viral explainers, they do the complete opposite. They tell a story that creates the interest. They're not just there to fill a knowledge gap. They literally engineer a need to know in your brain. In creating that need, well, that's the whole game. This right here is the secret weapon. It's called the curiosity gap. It's that powerful feeling, that intellectual itch that you suddenly, desperately need to scratch. The moment you create this chasm for your audience, you've already won half the battle. They're hooked, and they will follow you anywhere to get the answer. So, the big question is, how do we actually create that gap? Well, it all starts in the first few seconds. It's all about key number one, the hook. The single most powerful way to hook somebody is to take something they think they know, some common belief they feel totally confident about, and then you just politely shatter it. You're challenging an assumption they didn't even realize was an assumption. A perfect example is a title like this from Veritasium. It's brilliant. It doesn't just promise you new information. No, it directly attacks your existing knowledge. It forces you to ask yourself, wait a second, what do I believe that's completely wrong? And that one question, bam, it creates an immediate, irresistible curiosity gap. And this technique works so well because it creates an instant bond, an unspoken contract with your audience. Here's how it works. First, you respect their intelligence by meeting them where they are, on common ground. Then, step two, you shatter their assumption, revealing this fascinating little crack in their understanding of the world. And finally, step three, you promise to solve the puzzle that you just created. You're essentially saying, stick with me, and I promise I'll give you the answer. Okay, so you've hooked them. You have their undivided attention. You can't just go back to dumping facts on them now. The next crucial step is to wrap your entire explanation in a narrative. The best in the world turn these abstract ideas into very real human drama. Seriously, think about it. When Veritasium explains something like the conservation of energy, he doesn't start with a physics equation. No way. He tells you the story of Emmy Noether, this absolutely brilliant mathematician who had to fight against incredible prejudice to develop her groundbreaking theorem. And all of a sudden, a law of physics isn't just some rule in a textbook, it's the triumphant climax of a human story that we can actually connect with. And inside that narrative, you've got a few essential tools. You want to use relatable analogies to build a bridge from what people already know to the complex new idea. You need to anticipate your viewers' questions, saying things like, now you're probably wondering. It makes it feel like a real conversation. And lastly, you have to show your work. Citing your sources isn't just academic, it builds a massive amount of trust and credibility. All right, we've hooked our audience. We've taken them on a journey with a compelling story. Now it's time for the final and maybe the most important piece of the entire script. This is the thing that separates a pretty good explanation from a truly unforgettable one. You know, ending with a simple summary of what you just said, it's a completely wasted opportunity. The best endings, they don't just recap, they achieve a grand synthesis. They take every single piece you've laid out and they connect it all to a bigger, more profound idea that completely reframes the topic and finally answers that big question. So what? Why does any of this even matter? Let's go back to that Veritasium video for a second. After spending the whole time building up this law of energy conservation as this beautiful, fundamental truth discovered by our hero, Emmy Noether, we feel like we really get it. We own this concept now. We are absolutely sure that this is a fundamental rule of the universe. And then he hits you with the twist. On the grandest cosmic scale imaginable, because the entire universe is expanding, energy is not actually conserved. Whoa. I mean, that is just a masterclass in scripting. It takes the core idea you just learned and loved and then elevates it with this breathtaking new layer that just blows your mind. That's the feeling that makes people smash the share button. So there you have it, the whole framework. You see, it's not magic, it's a structure, and it is totally repeatable. Let's just run through it one last time. Step 1, the counterintuitive hook, to grab their attention by challenging what they already think. Step 2, the narrative arc, to turn your facts into a story with a human at its center. Step 3, the tools of engagement, to build that clarity and trust along the way. And the grand finale, step 4, the grand synthesis, to deliver that mind-blowing final twist that leaves them in absolute awe. This script is your new template, and it proves that it's not just about what you know, it's about how you tell the story. So take that thing you love, that complex idea that gets you excited, and pour it into this framework. It's time to stop letting your amazing ideas fall flat and